my dear, precious soul, step a little closer. There's a raging tempest inside your mind, and it's high time someone finally acknowledges it for what it truly is. This isn't just a whisper of unease. You're caught in a cyclone spinning wild and relentless, like a caged tiger pacing the bars of your own psyche, gnawing at the chains of your peace. You've been asking yourself, haven't you? Why does this poisonous fog of hostility cling to you, even when all you do is extend a hand, flash a smile, try to fit into their broken mosaic? Why do your friendships sometimes feel like a masquerade ball where everyone's hiding a dagger behind their masks? Let me cut through this jungle of illusions. People hate what they can't tame. It's not some fancy psychological trick or philosophical mumbo-jumbo. It's the raw, savage core of human instinct. They despise the mirror you hold up, one that doesn't flatter but reveals their rotten cracks and hollow core. They loathe the reflection of their own inadequacy, their shadowy envy lurking just beyond the candlelight of their false self-image, and the silent terrors that haunt their restless nights. But this hatred isn't a shout in the open. It's more like a serpent slipping silently through the grass, coiled, deadly, and patient. It strikes with a whisper, with icy smiles that cut deeper than knives, betrayals dressed in velvet, cloaked in civility. You must see it for what it truly is, not a personal attack, not a failure on your part. No, it's proof you've become a splinter in their comfortable lie. You've become an obstacle, a thorn in their carefully curated garden of illusions. And most people, they live in self-imposed prisons, forged from the desperate need to be liked, to be accepted, to fit their puzzle piece neatly into a picture they never designed. They trim the edges of their words, shrink their dreams, stifle the fire in their belly, anything that might threaten their fragile kingdom of approval. It's a dance of self-censorship, a slow strangulation of the soul. Have you noticed that feeling, that constant weighing of how they see you? How do you measure in their eyes? The little lies, tiny, almost invisible, kept alive just to keep the fragile peace alive. It's exhausting, isn't it? Like a clown juggling flaming torches while walking a razor's edge over a pit of vipers. That's the daily routine for most who chase their approval. Here's a brutal truth. You cannot wear your integrity like a crown and expect everyone to bow. It's a paradox as cruel as trying to catch rain with a sieve. You'll never secure universal love, no matter how much you bend or bow. It's like trying to bottle sunlight. Impossible, yet you keep chasing it. If this hits home, don't just sit there like a stunned fox. Smash that like button. Share this message with anyone caught in the web of silent resentment. And if you're ready to peel back the layers of deception and face the naked truth, hit subscribe and ring that bell. This channel is your battleground to shed the masks, ignite your hidden power, and reclaim your sovereignty. Don't let this moment slip away. Your liberation begins now, when you show real strength, when you pull back from the easy chains of compliance, when you refuse to dance to their tunes of flattery or guilt. You shake their world to its core. They'll despise you for it, even if their lips never utter the words. They'll brand you as arrogant when you set a boundary, cold when you refuse to explain yourself, selfish when you prioritize your needs over theirs. But remember, they're not condemning you. They're condemning the silence, your silence that exposes their ugliness. That silence is a mirror reflecting back their true face. Your absence, It's a mirror that smashes their illusion of dependence. They relied on your presence to keep the darkness at bay inside themselves. Machiavelli, that master strategist of human folly and power, understood this all too well. He wasn't writing for the crowd pleasers, but for those who crave mastery over their own destiny. People judge by appearances because they lack the courage or clarity to see past the surface. You, my dear, must become one of those rare few. Watch closely who stiffens when you draw your line, who whispers behind your back once you've said no, who erases your kindness like it never existed once you stop feeding their need for validation. These aren't random acts of cruelty. They're the predictable reactions of people losing control over their puppet strings. Ask yourself, why do you chase their approval like a moth drawn to a fire that will burn you? Why does disappointing others feel like stepping off a cliff into the abyss? Because you've been duped into thinking harmony equals happiness. That conflict is a failure. That being liked defines your worth. But listen, harmony built on submission is a gilded cage. Beautiful on the outside, deadly on the inside. Peace bought with self-betrayal, that's a slow, silent strangulation of your spirit. You stand at a crossroads. One path is smooth, easy, paved with the bones of those who chose comfort over truth. The other is jagged, thorny, demanding every ounce of your courage, but leading to a summit where the air is pure and freedom tastes like mountain spring water. The bitter medicine of respect might scorch your throat, but it's the only cure that heals. Here's truth wrapped in sarcasm and sorrow. Even if you do everything right, be generous, be patient, be kind, people will still gnash their teeth in envy and spite. They resent your independence, your clarity, your refusal to play their game. Machiavelli knew this well. He wrote for those who want mastery over themselves, not for the crowd pleasers. Power doesn't come from pleasing everyone. It comes from understanding that their hatred is a flare, a signal of your refusal to be their puppet. When you stop explaining, you shatter the frame they've built around you, the one that always keeps you on trial in their eyes. Your silence, it's a mirror so close they can't look away. Yes, they'll hate you for it. Let them, because hatred born from your authenticity is worth more than their counterfeit affection, bought with chains and silence. The goal isn't to stir conflict for its own sake, but to dare to be real, raw enough to unsettle their petty power, to stand firm in your truth, even when they recoil. Every time you deny your needs to stay liked, you pour gasoline on their contempt. To command respect, real respect, you must accept that being disliked is part of the price. It's proof you've refused to be a pawn in their game. And here's the secret. Once you stop fearing their disapproval, you become ungovernable. You stop shaping yourself into what they want and start shaping yourself into who you are. Your words will carry thunder. Your presence will crush like a mountain shadow. They can love or hate you, but they'll always know you move only when you choose. That's the true essence of power. That's where your journey begins. Now, let's venture further into this wilderness. Picture the ancient boar, tusks gleaming, snorting defiantly in the underbrush, untamed, fierce, alive. That's you, raw, primal, unfiltered. The world around you, a meadow of timid deer, trembling and longing for your strength. They envy your freedom because they're shackled by their own fears. Think of the Japanese art of kintsugi, where broken pottery is stitched with gold. A reminder that scars and fractures are what make us beautiful, not flaws to hide. Your boundaries, your no's, your refusal, These are your golden veins, your resilience shining through. Those who mock your scars are blind to the beauty of survival, imprisoned by their brittle shells. And consider the mighty baobab tree of Africa, the tree of life, standing alone in the savannah, roots gripping the earth like a monarch's grip on his crown. It endures drought, fire, storms, unyielding. That's the strength you must summon, the kind that invites chaos but refuses to be uprooted. Or the Maori warriors who wear their scars like badges of honor. Each mark a story of battles fought and won, of identity forged in fire. Your limits, your no's, your refusal to be a doormat. These are your moko, your symbols of mastery in a world obsessed with submission. And Machiavelli again. He understood that the game isn't about who's right or wrong, but who controls the narrative. The most dangerous players aren't loud. They're silent, calculating, masters of their own story. You need that mastery too. Speak less. When your words finally fall, they hit like lightning. Picture a desert rose, blooming defiantly in cracked earth, a symbol of resilience. Its petals don't apologize for the harshness that created them. Your strength is that rose, thriving where others wither away. Remember the nesting doll, layers within layers. People's true feelings. Resentment often masks insecurity. Hatred cloaks fear. When they lash out, it's a frightened child lost in the wilderness. But you're the fire that burns through the darkness. And how ironic it is. How do we chase approval from those who would gladly cast us aside if they could? Like marionettes dancing on invisible strings, they pull us into their dramas, demanding our submission. But you're the puppeteer now, learning to cut the strings. Let me leave you with this. You won't win by playing their game. The arena is rigged, the referee's blind. But you have a secret weapon, your refusal to be tamed, your boundaries, your silence, your fierce self-love. These are your weapons. Machiavelli's legacy shows us that true power is mastery over oneself, not over others. So hold your fire. Let your wildness be the thunder beneath your calm. Let their hatred echo your unapologetic freedom. Because in the end, the only real power is the power to declare, I am my own master. I bow to no one, and that's where true liberation begins. Now tell me, what part of this hit you hardest? Have you ever felt the sting of hidden resentment or the weight of silent control? Share your story in the comments. Let's build a space where truth can flourish, because your voice might just be the spark that sets someone else free. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you for staying with me through this journey into the shadows beneath human nature. Remember, in a world that often thrives on manipulation and hidden resentments, the greatest act of rebellion is to stay true to yourself and protect your own light. Take care of yourself. Guard your boundaries fiercely. And never forget that your worth isn't measured by others' approval. Stay strong, stay aware, and above all, be kind to yourself. Until next time, keep walking your path with courage and clarity. Toodles.